Welcome back to part 4 of the abandoned GV Canal. We're going to pick up the trail just north of Scottsville. We're going to follow this down into the Scottsville area. Many foundations exist right in here. This is the Oatka Creek, and before the GV Canal came through, they put a dam across the creek, built a small canal to bring the boats over to the Genesee River where they could continue into Rochester, New York. When the GV Canal came through, they didn't need the Scottsville Canal, so they abandoned this section. They used this as a feeder for water for the GV Canal. And here you see the village of Scottsville. This is the Oatka Creek alongside. Our area of interest is right in here. This is where they built a dam across the creek. The feeder gate for the Scottsville Canal was right here. This would later become the feeder to supply water to the Genesee Valley Canal. So let's get on our way and follow this trail. We had to bypass about 3 miles of trail before we got to north of Scottsville. They're doing a lot of reconstruction, adding stone, repairing the trail, so they have it closed. That is why we're picking it up just north of Scottsville. And it looks like the trail from here is not closed. So we'll continue on from here. I don't think we missed much on the 3 miles. There may have been a little bit of stone structure or something, but down here in Scottsville, I know there's quite a bit where they had to cross the Oatka Creek. Yeah, this trail is becoming almost a road through here. But there's the canal prism. We're just going to continue on the old railroad bed, the GV Greenway Trail. There's a marker post up here. Looks like we're at mile 9. Again, I don't know if the mile markers start from the Genesee Valley Park, but this is mile 9. We have now come to the spot where the Scottsville Canal came down through here and continued out across this area to that row of trees way out there. And beyond that row of trees is the Genesee River. Now, as we fly out over this field, you will begin to see the Genesee River just beyond the tree level. So we just came down through from here, and we're heading south on the Genesee Valley Trail. Scottsville Canal came through here and was discontinued when the Genesee Valley Canal came through. Little squirrel hopping around here. Another old signal line pole. Again, we're following the towpath, and over here is the much widened prism of the Genesee Valley Canal as it joined the Scottsville Canal. Now we're at the much wider area. Or I'm sure boats lined up to load up their cargo at the warehouses over here. There's the foundation of the warehouses right out there. I'm sure this was quite a busy place in the mid-1800s. And the prism goes back off that way, headed toward Rochester. Before we go any farther, I want to show you a historical street leading to the Scottsville Canal. This canal only operated in 1838 and 1839. Then in 1840 it was replaced by the GV Canal. Here we are in downtown Scottsville. We're going to walk across the street and look at this placard. This is the historic Canal Street in Scottsville. It led to the warehouses and the Scottsville Genesee River Canal before the Genesee Valley Canal came through here. I think we got some warehouse foundations somewhere in this area. Oh yeah, there they are. Okay, the Scottsville Genesee River Canal came through right here. That is the prism for the Scottsville Canal. I'll put the dates up here that this canal was in operation. And way off there was the feeder gate feeding this canal off the Oatka Creek. Now, right over here are the foundations warehouses. This is another view of the warehouse foundation, followed by a still photo taken in 1990. Now we're going to take a look at it with an overhead view. The blue line is the Oatka Creek, and that bridge right there is a railroad bridge where the aqueduct was. Circled in red is the feeder gates that fed the Scottsville Canal and later fed water for the GV Canal. We're going to swing around to the right and follow the path of the Scottsville Canal. The green line is the remains of the Scottsville Canal, and that continues down. We're going to be just about overhead, circled in yellow. That's the foundations for the warehouse. And we continue down through on the Scottsville Canal prism. And you can see the GV Canal Trail right there on the right, and the GV Canal prism. And also you can see how the Scottsville Canal and GV Canal came together right there. And in a moment you'll see the GV Canal, not the GV, but the Scottsville Canal curved to the right and went out across that vast farmer's field that we saw before. And now getting back on the trail. It's a railroad bridge up ahead. The railroad was built over the top using the foundations from the aqueduct. Let's go up here and look down at the foundations. So the aqueduct would have run right across here, right over to this side. In a moment, we're going to fly out over the Oatka Creek, turn to the left, and here you'll spot the remains of the one side of the dam that they built across the Oatka Creek. We'll zoom in on that. Now let's swing over to the left. Take a look at the foundation for the dam on the south side of the Oatka Creek. And it's coming into view right there. And now we're looking back toward the railroad bridge and the foundation for the aqueduct that we just came across and looked at. This is called the George Bridge. Somehow the name got put on that bridge. I don't know the history behind that, but they call it the George Bridge. Now let's take a look at the feeder gates. We'll fly over the Oatka Creek, get a closer look at the feeder gates on the north side of the creek. Coming into view right now. And following this portion, I will show you a still picture of the feeder gates taken in 1990. And here's a overhead shot that I took from the automobile bridge. And now 2 pictures of the feeder gates that I took back in 1990. Thanks for coming along on this trip. That about wraps it up for all the ruins in the Scottsville area. And the next part 5, we're going to end up going back in that southerly direction. So join me then.